だっておかしくて。
Sasaki-san is holding her stomach and trying not to laugh.
ここには私の味方はいないの？
Kawase-san was astonished.
なんかだんだん地球上で私の心の友はあんただけみたいな気がしてきたよ。
Kawase-san puts her arm around Aoi, who is silently eating her Odin. Aoi glances at Kawase-san and wonder if they continues to eat. Midnight approaches as we leisurely eat and drink. I put Aoi, who was dozing off to bed, and return to the chapel. Everyone is sitting around the fire and the CD player has been turned on when I notice...
ゆかっちも寝た方がいいんじゃないの？
Kawase-san asks with concern as she eats the rest of her Odin. Sasaki-san ponders for a second.
みんなと年越しを過ごしたいの。今は少し気分がいいし。ダメかな。
でも
せっかくだしいいんじゃないの？
Tanamura-san is holding a cup with sake in it.
そうですよ。一緒に新しい年を迎えましょうよ。来年は何か良いことがあるように。
You know, the way end of the world stories go, it's like, next year is not going to be better than this year. It's just going to get worse, and food's going to get shorter, and then when that happens, we start turning on each other, and then we start thinking traitors' thoughts, things happen, the group disbands, they start to go their own separate ways, we turn into raiders and scavengers, and then we eventually end up killing each other, and it's not really pretty. But you know, if we just hold together, we could be like Lee's crew in The Walking Dead, and oh wait, they kind of died too, so okay, that's not a good example. Yeah, okay, let's just go on.
いいことね。何があるのかしらね。
Kawase-san lets out a big sigh and nibbles from the Chikuwa. She then raises her head.
ところで頼むら、お餅はあるの？
Oh shit. Mochi. It's like I like kicking ass and chewing mochi balls. And we're all out of machi. No, it's machi. It's machi. Kicking ass and chewing machi balls. And we're all out of machi. Samurai per kilo.
あるよ。もう焼いてるよ。
なんで年明けてないのにもう焼いているのよ。
なんか食べたくなってさ。
I thought these people said it was midnight.
まあいいわ。じゃあタイのお頭付きは？門松は？
それはないかな。
なんでないのよ。それじゃあお正月の感じがちっとも出ないよ。
スルメならあるけど。
そんな生臭くて硬い年寄りの食べ物なんかいらないよ。
日本酒にとても合うんだけどな。
Tanamura-san nibbles on the dry squid in disappointment. Never had it before, so I thought I said shove. So I have him share some. It smells savory like the sea.
思ったんですけど、川瀬さんって年中行事をとことん味わい尽くす性格なんですね。すごいこだわりを感じます。
You know, come to think of it, I went to a hibachi restaurant one time and I saw they were serving one, I think it was octopus. And yeah, it was a bit intimidating. So yeah, never really tried it. So I wouldn't know how to start eating that. So yeah. Koekara-san nods in admiration.
この子イベントと名が付くものだったらお葬式以外何でも大騒ぎしちゃうんですよ。
なんかその言い方だと私バカの子みたいだね。
いや、僕にはわかりますよ。安心してください。
むしろもっと不安になっちゃったよ。
そんな。
プリプリしちゃダメだよ。ひばりちゃんにはお正月らしい、これぞ日本の元旦っていうのかな、そういう特別なイベントを用意してるんだから、楽しみにしてるといいよ。
何よそれ。
ヒントあげよっか。これでわかるかな。
Tanomura-san looks really happy as he puts an envelope on the table. The envelope says New Year's gift and has anime characters printed on it. Kawashi-san silently throws a white radish at Tanomura-san. He catches it skillfully using his chopsticks and smiles as he takes a bite of it.
あんたってほんとムカつくよ、このうすらトンカチ。
そうかそうか。
Tanomura-san smiles daringly.
でも俺がうすらトンカチならひばりちゃんと俺は仲間だね。
え、どういうこと？
僕わかりました。
何よクワガタ、つまんないこと言ったら殺すよ。
きっと大丈夫です。
じゃあどうぞ。
はい。田野さんがうすらトンカチで、そして川瀬さんは金槌じゃないですか。トンカチと金槌、ほら親戚だ。そういうことですよね。当たってるでしょ。
ああ、なるほど。
なるほどじゃないよバカ。
I've heard that sound effect before. Can't exactly place it where. Oh yeah, Street Fighter. No, was it a Street Fighter? Yeah, I think it was a Street Fighter. She slaps me for some reason when all I did was nod. Just nod your head.
ゆかっち、なんか私最近いつもいじめられてるような気がするよ。
Kawashi-san goes crying to Sasaki-san. Sasaki-san smiles bitterly and pats her on the head.
ひばりは愛されてるんだよ。
絶対違うよ。これは女の子の扱いじゃないもの。
そんなこと言ったってひばりだってすぐからかったり叩いたりしてるでしょ。だいたい女の子として扱ってほしいの？
いや、それはすごく気持ち悪いけど。
もう。
でもさ。
Kawashi-san moves away from Sasaki-san and makes a straight face.
そりゃあ私はイベント好きだけどさ。でもそれを抜きにしたって大事だと思うな。こんなひどい状況だからって普段なら感じられたはずのことを我慢するなんて私ムカつくのよね。だってなんか負けたみたいで悔しいじゃんか。みんなは平気なの？そういうの思わないの？だからあんまりからかわないでほしいな。
ひばりちゃんはたまにすごくいいことを言うよね。
Tanomura-san is impressed.
そんなことないわ。
Kawashi-san hangs her head in embarrassment. Then I hear the sound of a gong from far away.
除夜の鐘かな。
Wow. Is it animated or is it controlled by people?
え？
Sasaki-san turns around.
除夜の鐘ですよ。
I repeat myself, but nobody replies. Sees no one else heard it.
今鐘が鳴ってますよ。お寺の。多分除夜の鐘だと思うんです。
本当？
Kawashi-san looks at me in doubt, so I nod back to her. Dun dun dun. Tanomura-san turns off the CD player. Everyone holds their breath and quiets down. The sound of a gong echoes through the silent chapel. Shit's about to hit the fan, isn't it? Oh, snap. It's about damn time. Get that shotgun ready, too. And that sword. Click, clack. I'm in that murder business. It's not just a single sound. It continues on, and everyone looks at each other. It seems they heard it, too.
やっぱり僕たちの他にも誰か生きて
Could
るん
be
で
a
すね。
trap, too. You just saying. I'm not that cynical. Come on. But, you know, just to be on the safe side. Kurogata-san looks excited.
なんかもうすっかり私たちしかいないような気持ちになってたよ。
Quasuzaki can't hide her delight either. But Tanemura-san tilts his head in wonder.
どうしたんですか？
Sasaki-san asks, "We have to protect her."
いや、この町にこんな鐘を鳴らすお寺なんかあったかな。俺ずっとここに住んでるけど記憶にないんだよね。
でも実際音が鳴ってるんだし、どこかにはあるんじゃないでしょうか。
そうだよね。でももしかしたら録音か何かかな。
That could be true too. Could be automated.
いや、これは実際に鐘をついてる音だと思います。
I can't tell where the sound is coming from since it's reverberating against the mountains, but it's not something recorded. It's certainly being hit by someone around this area. At the very least, that's how it sounds to me.
つかちゃんが言うならそうなのかな。鐘どこかにしまってあったのかな。
とにかく
Sasaki-san sounds happy.
こんな状況でも除夜の鐘を生き残ったみんなに聞かせたいと思うような人がいるってことですよね。他にやることもあるはずなのに鐘をついてくれてるんですよね。なんだか嬉しくないですか？そういうの応援されてるみたいな。
Yeah, but then again, they just announced their position to a shitload of people, so the people who rung that gong are pretty much dead at this point in time, because, you know, in the apocalypse, silence is your best friend, because you never know who's out there and how desperate they are for materials, you know what I'm saying? And I'm thinking at this point in time, it's been a few months, but it's been a year since I've seriously like delved into this visual novel, so I don't know what's happening. I'm kind of in the dark too, so I kind of fit in this world now. I don't know what's going on, so I'm always like suspicious of everything, every little noise, every person I come across, their actions, their words. I'm always like clinging to something they say or do with their body language. It's like, yeah, I'm just itching for you to give me a reason to kill you.
早く沼を越えていかなくちゃいけませんね。やっぱりここにいちゃダメなんです。みんなと合流して力を合わせなきゃ。
Kurogata-san says this was resolve. The gong is hit firmly each time. It will probably go on until it's hit 108 times. Is that a thing? Let's look that up. Is that a thing? Hey, if Gopher can go on like little like expansive side quests in his playthrough of Fallout 4, I could do this for a visual novel. Let's see. New Year's Gong. Japan. And is it hit 108 times? Is it hit 108 times? Okay. According to Buddhist belief. Okay, let's see. Let's see. See, towards the end of the year, through the New Year's season, Japan offers many traditional events to be experienced while traveling there. One of the biggest Buddhist ceremonies is Joya no Kane, or the tolling of temple bells at midnight. According to Buddhist beliefs, it is customary to ring the bell 108 times, as this number corresponds to the number of evil desires that we suffer from on earth. Ringing the bell 108 times rids us of our evil passions and purifies us for the upcoming year. Many temples all over Japan partake in this ceremony and allow people to watch or actually participate in ringing the bell. Here we will introduce some. Okay. Alright. Okay. Ooh, very interesting fact. You see, you can learn a lot from visual novels. In general, it's like when you play like a straight up like computer game on like a console or PC, yeah, it's like, if it's like a first person shooter or third person shooter, it's like you can only get so much out of it. It's like you get like military lingo and you do this and that. But it's like when it comes to like actually learning culture or learning about culture, it's like visual novels are kind of an edge in that market. So it's like it's kind of a neat little thing. Because it's like you don't have like impressive visuals to go on when you're reading these things. It's just like you have your imagination, you have the words, and you have the actual operator or narrator, which is me in this case, actually reading the story. So yeah, it's kind of interesting. All right, the more you know. Huh? Takuma. Okay, what's going on now? I gotta be super dramatic. Every time I open my eyes in the morning, I wish that everything that happened until yesterday was just a dream. I'm always melancholy after I wake up and I can't cheer up. This tendency has gotten worse since the earthquake. I wake up seeing the dirty ceiling and feel a pain in my chest as if it's being wrung out like a rag. I open my mouth, wait for the sense of invasion to weaken and for my mental state to calm to the point where I can move again, then finally manage to raise my body. The first thing I do after waking up is sigh and get depressed. After all, I see a cracked ceiling. It's not the ceiling of my apartment as I had been slightly hoping for before I open my eyes. This is reality. My day in the ruined building starts again. I hear mumbling sounds, and I see that Kawazi-san and Ari-chan are hugging and sleeping with their faces next to each other. Kawazi-san looks as defenseless as a child. When the rowdy pair is quietly sleeping like this, they're as cute as kittens. I'm sure she hit me if I say that to her face, though. We're using this room to sleep in. We spread many layers of outdoor mattresses on the floor, and we all wrap ourselves in bundles of blankets while we sleep. Kawazi-san had requested that the men and women sleep in different rooms, but because of the situation we're in, she ended up relenting. While I watched the two sleep, I realized that I'm living under the same roof with girls my own age. Young girls are sleeping before my eyes. I never thought I'd see such a thing, but... Well, is he a virgin? That's something a virgin would say. But this isn't a situation I can be happy about. It seems Yuka-san and the others are already awake. They usually wake up before me, and occasionally have breakfast prepared. I want to wake up early sometime and be... Thank you, Adobe Acrobat Reader, for interrupting my thought. God, so rude. This computer, sometimes it just gets my nerves. Okay. I want to wake up early sometime and be the one to wait for them. But it's a shame that I have trouble waking up. Anyway, I have to get up since I'm awake. My body feels heavy. I put on my coat and find out that it's a bit wet. It's cold and heavy. The chapel is cold and my breath turns white. Yuka-san is boiling lots of water in a pot over the cooking stove we made out of concrete blocks. There's lots of steam coming out of the pot. We use this hot water to wash our faces, shave, and wipe our bodies clean. There's a kettle containing boiled mineral water placed next to the pot. With that, everyone makes their own drink of choice, be it coffee, tea, or soup, to warm their bodies up. There's a basket placed in the corner of the chapel where you can put your laundry for Yuka-san to wash, of course. I've never put my underwear in there, and instead washed them myself. But could I make her wash them? I don't have the courage to actually try, though. All I can manage is to imagine it. Oh, the rolls naturally rose as well. Even though we never formally decided on them. We're almost always with someone else throughout the day. I hear Rumi in the back sleeping, snoring. Our roles are vaguely determined, and we're rarely perplexed even when we don't say anything. I don't like spending time with people. I was really worried about living with others, but it's not that bad once I got used to it. In fact,
おはようござい
you
ます
got a thing for Sasaki-san. That's what's going on. Having Yuka-san smile at me first thing in the morning is enough to make me happy. And think that perhaps that life isn't so bad. She's so... Oh, dear, no. Oh, he fancies her. You know, in a survival type situation, things like feelings and emotions, and especially having emotions for others, is never, ever ends well. I mean, look at Kenny and his, what was she to him, like his fiance, wife, or, well, you know, whatever, right? Whatever her title was. Look what happened to her. She ended up, dead. Because she was a bite victim, and she was about to turn and kill Kenny, and then little Clementine had to put an end to that before she put it into Kenny. And then let's see, who else was there? I don't know. There's probably tons of examples in like the Walking Dead series, but I never really watched that. I know it's like I could be bastardized by that. It's like, you don't watch The Walking Dead, but you talk about it all the time. It's like there's a difference in like actively watching it and like passively watching it through like indirect conversations I have with people on the job and things I see online and things I do in the games, and it's like, yeah, you know, I could kind of infer about what happens and kind of knock the show for like things, but you know, that's getting a point. So she's so beautiful. I would have been able to appreciate the situation even more if it wasn't the result of a natural disaster. But I would have never gotten so close to her if the earthquake hadn't occurred. When I consider that, I got mixed feelings. Yeah, you would have.